write down one more point under neoliberalism now. Under neoliberalism, you can write one more point. According to Philip Bobbitt, according to Philip Bobbitt, 2002. According to Philip Bobbitt, 2002, the emergence of neoliberalism or liberalization, emergence of neoliberalism or liberalization has contributed to the replacement of blank with what? With blank. Replacement of blank with blank. Now you can simply say what? Replacement of what with what? This is simple. Say it. What with what? Market या state ही तो होगा ना? Replacement of state with market? No, don't write it. Wait. This should be your answer. But that is not the answer here. I'm looking for something else. But at least this much you could have replied. That is replacement of state with market or not. Rollback of the state replaced by market. That's what liberalization is or neoliberalism is. But here Philip Bobbitt is talking about something else. Now you know that there is a concept of what you call as some state. No, not welfare state. This nation state. You understand nation state? Nation, you know, right? What is nation? I have already explained this. Feeling of oneness, on what basis? What is that one word? No. Identity. Identity is the basis of nationalism. Nations are not important nowadays, according to Bobbitt. What is more important is multinational corporations. No, don't write that. Multinational corporations, they are working across the nation state boundaries, and they have reduced the nation states, according to Bobbitt, into market state. This hyphenated term, nation state, is used in international relations to represent a particular reality of the global or world political order. Okay? Just write this hyphenated expression is used in international relations to represent, this hyphenated expression is used in international relations to represent the reality of the world, or better write world only. ग्लोबल लिखने का जरूरत नहीं है. ग्लोबल और वर्ल्ड में डिफरेंस है ना? ग्लोबल और वर्ल्ड में क्या डिफरेंस है? But anyhow, we'll see that. Reality of the world political order. Political order. पूरे वर्ल्ड को आप कैसे डिवाइड करते हो? कैसे डिवाइड कर, किस में डिवाइड किया आपने पूरे वर्ल्ड को? What do you call them? Politically, you have divided the world into. अच्छा, continent is not political division. Continent is political. Is it really political? क्या बाउंड्री आपका? एशिया का कौन है प्राइम मिनिस्टर? What is political about Asia? I mean, continent is more civilized. Either it is more civilizational or geographical. Right? It's civilizational and geographical. The world is divided into countries politically. And countries is an informal term. Formal term is nation state. World is divided into nation states. Nation states are the players in international relations. Nation states are NS. Nation states are players or units in international relations. All the international relations or relationship is conducted between nation states. And why do we use the word nation state? We can use state also. Why are we using nation state? Because every state is trying to protect its nation. It trying to protect the interests of the nation which belongs to the state. Right? India as a state is trying to protect the interest of whose interest? Indian state is trying to protect the interests of Indians. Indians means my interest as an Indian would be to protect our territorial integrity, our sovereignty also, even our culture, our civilization, even the protecting the interest of non-resident Indians, even protecting the interest of maybe people of Indian origin, those who are residing outside the territory of India, those who are not part of the state, but they are part of Indian nation. Are we getting this point? These concepts actually are important to be made very clear, because most of I have seen people are not at all clear about nation. People are not clear how to define nation. People, even the books, the definition is not correct. What will you do then? Nation is based upon identity. India as a nation, can you imagine in your mind? India as a nation is a set of people who have some feeling, certain feeling of belongingness to a particular identity, what you call as Indian, but then it should have a basis also, some identity. For us, it could be culture or it could be our history, whatever. There must be something common in our culture or our set of people, the way they have interacted with each other over the period of time. Or maybe if not, they have interacted earlier, but now in the past 70, 80 years, they have been interacting in certain ways. That there is some give and take. That there's a common way, there's a common way of life that has emerged. Even democracy has contributed to our way of life or not? Has our mindset changed or not? Has democracy contributed to India's nation building or not? Is there in our psyche or not? I associate with every other Indian also from the democracy's perspective, that I have the freedom and the other person also has the freedom. Right? See, nation is a very complicated concept. Something was there in the past that has contributed to emergence of India as a nation, and something is happening today which is contributing to our nationhood. What all unites us today? Are we speaking, all the set of people in this country, are they speaking against some wrong happening in some corner of India or not? With an equal voice, equal concern. This is a nation. This feeling of belongingness is a nation. This consciousness is a nation. The same, everyone has the same feeling when Chandrayaan has landed on the moon. It's the same feeling and the same consciousness. That is the nation in the making. That is what India is. Have you got the point? Please be very clear and differentiate between what is nation and what is state. State means the entity which is the political establishment that controls this entire territory, the people within the territory, and the government which is, so this is the state. And the people who are calling themselves as India, they are residing in this territory also. They may be residing outside also. Right? So it's about feeling of belongingness to this particular identity. What is India? So when you are conducting international relations, India for that matter, when it is conducting its foreign policy, I mean, I'm just talking a little bit on foreign policy and international relations because you'll be better prepared for your later classes. So when India is conducting its diplomacy or it is pursuing its foreign policy with respect to other countries, it is trying to protect certain interests, right? Whose interest? It is the interest of Indian state also. It is the interest of Indian nation also. So in international relations, what becomes important is not only the state, but also the nation becomes important. And therefore, the better idea is to use the hyphenated term nation state. Have you got the point? Nation state both together. India is a, what is India? India is a nation state. All what you call as the countries in the world are nation state. Now, what is the difference between country and nation state? Country is a geographical term and nation state is a political term. When you are conducting politics at the international level, you are pursuing your interests at the international level, we are participating as nation state. We are protecting the interest of the nation and the interest of the state. Are we clear about this? The concept of nation state? Hyphenated term, what we have written, this hyphenated expression, that is nation state, is used in international relations to represent the reality of the world political order. Right? This world political order, in this world political order, please write down further, in this world political order, every player or unit is pursuing its interest not only as a state, but also as a nation. And there, full stop. And therefore, it is appropriate, and therefore it is appropriate to call these units as what? As nation states, with a hyphen in between, as nation state, and N and S both have to be capital. Okay? Remember this now. Nation state is a term for us. State is one term, nation is another term, and nation state is another term. And why? Where is nation state important? In international politics, in international relations, we use the word nation state instead of countries. Right? You may loosely, informally use in literature country also, but it is better to use the word nation states. This is a complete explanation of why they are called as nation state. And Bobbitt here is saying that, like, I had to explain this concept to explain what Bobbitt is trying to say. Why is Bobbitt making this statement? Nation state will be replaced by market state. Why is he saying this? Because in the global world, in the globalized world, nations are losing their identities. Because we are getting so connected with every other country that nationality is somehow getting diluted. Rather than national interest, the state is pursuing its economic interest, the interest of its markets. Like we had B20. We had a summit meeting of B20, right? Business 20. You are not following, you don't follow newspaper. We had a B20 meeting, no? What was that? Business 20. Well, earlier these business meetings were not happening, like 30 years back. Now, along with G20, you are also conducting B20. So B20 is a state, is the significance of market state. That market or business is also important, along with economy. Is like we are moving from geopolitics to geoeconomics or geonomics. Like if you are explaining B20, no? If you are analyzing B20, you can use Bobbitt's statement. G20 तो हो ही रहा है, बट G20 के अंडर में क्या हो रहा है? B20 भी हो रहा है. ठीक है? So if you have to counter Bobbitt, what will you say? You will say that market state is within the nation state. अभी तो ऐसे ही लग रहा है. It may happen that things change afterwards, after 20 years. Maybe market state becomes even more stronger, or maybe market states become less stronger also. You never know. Have you got the point? But ये सब अभी और clear हो जाएगा ना, when you will discuss it in international relations in detail. Everything will be very, very clear afterwards. But this is how, at least today, I got an opportunity to introduce this term to you. What is nation state?